Alright, today we're going to work on our Nautilus CC Plus. Sometimes they're called Dolphin, but they're made by Matronics. So we're fixing to, it was running, the pump was running, but it stopped moving. So we're fixing to dig into it here and see what's going on. So I've removed my two filter baskets here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out these 4 screws right here, and we're going to lift this cap open. All right, so we've taken our 4 screws out here. Takes just a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. So these 4 right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so then we need to take this plate off right here. So underneath here, there is a lever right here on this side, right here. So if you pull that to your right there, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but let me set you down, see if I can get it. I'm gonna push it towards you, and then it should pop out the top. May have to get this a little, something sticking this little notch right here, pop that up. And I pull right out. All right, then you're gonna come right here to the front. It's gonna pop up like that. And you're gonna come right here to the back. It's gonna pop up like this. Then, once you've done that, so what I've got right here is this track right here has come off. So I'm just gonna remove this one side. And you just fold it down like this, and just pop out like that. So you can see right here, see how my track has come off of this bearing right here. So all I'm gonna do is pull it back down, put it back in there, and then the same thing here. Work it back around these 2 little bearing caps. This belt's pretty stretchy. Let's pull this off. Pull that one bearing off right there. And then we'll pull this bearing off. We'll get it onto this track. And get around those 2 holes. These are just idler bearings. And then what you're going to do is just slap them back in there. Pull your belt down. You want it with the little groove going in. There's a notch right here on the side of this case. And you're going to spin that bearing until it seats in that. You can look at it on your piece. Alright, then it's going to snap in there. You can do the same thing with this one, with the notches to the back. Just kind of work your belt around it. So if you look down there, see, that's where I'm trying to get that notch in there. So the notch is a little before 12 o'clock. We gotta rotate it till it gets there. All right, then my belt's back on. Now I'm gonna get my side. And snap into my top, and then snap into the bottom. Then I'm gonna do put my top back on. Click it into the back right here. And that's gonna click into the back. Pull these together, and you should hear it snap. Same thing with the front. Switch the side in. Now I need to put my little cap thing back in. So I'm going to pull that little lever to the side again. Make sure it goes around my little rubber black grommet. And pull it back to the... That's how you put your belt back on. So that's the little lever, goes into this little rubber grommet, push it back down. Everything's snapped in. Now I gotta put my 4 screws in. One goes here, one goes there, one goes right here. And then your last one goes right here. All right, we got our filters back in. Get over here and put it in the pool. Push the start button. It's starting up. There he goes. Back to business. All right, if you like this, I'm sure we'll be working on it again sooner or later. This thing, if you like this, just like it down at the bottom. We'll have more videos about pools and just things around the house. Thanks.